in a composition people was supposed to say ma qualify ni ikatobia we koni wana na kan representation ye board there no ina fi ni kebe ko na support say o ba cho o mpa na me ke ba board ni ka fi la te da no social media o fi le fe e wa ti me nya shi mo ke ni ke ba o ma qualify ni yo bi ni yo la ke e bi e shows on ke to ni board no topic, a message to topic. I think it will go very far. Thank you so much for that. Last second one, Chairman, Mr. Madam for the name of part of this, a friend in you. That's one we bring you also. This peer recently, PSI signed Accra. And has to focus on 7 place. You see, almost said you are also defending management. You're defending the way defend. I said, you are saying, who is that? Great for you. Okay, yeah, great should have filled this hall. This one is too small for great captain. But are you happy? No, never. Board members, are we happy? No. Management members, are we happy? No. Breeder executives, are we happy? No. Please do something about this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. In fact, MC, take your mic.
All right, thank you very much for the question answer time. I'm sure that there are a lot of more questions to come. We will make time for that. But presently, after the discussion of the reports, we will give the microphone to 1 or 2 people to share solidarity messages with us. So at this stage, I would like to call first upon our visitors who have come from outside Greater Accra, Ashanti region to be precise. Kumasi, Asante, Kotoko, they are ably represented here. We say thank you for the acceptance of our invitation. Let's now hear a solidarity message from the fabulous family. Let's put our hands together for them. Okay, but why is it that the clapping is more for them, but when they ask you to clap, you couldn't clap for your own clap? Oh, because we are not happy. Because we are not happy. You are not happy? Yes, it's true. Oh, you are happy they are here. Clap for them again. Phobia. Fabulous. And must be as not protocol. A buying in every kind of our board members, management members, and the past management members, and the past board members, and the executives. So, Unyame, Uchaba, and the Putama, atmosphere, what the doctor, I'm a kind of football, Akoso, Yamuchamo. Yes, every player here, and Chakra, yes, you be right. I'm also mother wife. Now they're paying for and they are supporters here from Accra book, supporters in the team, and then they pay for the say. So we ask, now you go to Kofiwa, kind of football in the world. It is as possible. Now,
na Ghana yet.
Yes.
But this time around, no, a choir, you pass to put in the amano. You support and nay, see a country, you say, yes, second near one, a choir pass to clear the amano. What you has 7% because 8 and you no.
I have
Yeah, Sikana Bayente, Nessie, Kaya Wa, West Pass, first second, if you have much no, not much Nairobi, but she say, we will wait no big here to Maria. Yes, all young country us was it, young man also. Now you football. If you play football, now see us. Mosha says from the way. Yamiado, you go wake up. You know you. See now. If you have. It may be a joke. That's a wow. Both your heart will be an answer. Your fully an answer. It may be called ask what you know. Now, baby, about the same. Anything. Yeah, you talk to Papa. Eti can say, yen na ye mo ye homoten. Na de ye betinya ye. Ama se pita. Ama kotokwa pita. Eno na esi ye. Enti na say ye hu say ye kotoko ye mo ye homoten. Ena heart for so ye hu say mo homoten. We was me akasamete pobi man. Tidia mo ya wo ni nyina no mani tua dia ya ne ya frɛ ye nua mo ye se ye o ya nyere ya ho ne do mo hia o mo de besere ye ana nyame ado ya so ya ka mu wa na kwa ja ache etu wo sere mi ana mo ma sere obi enti mesre supporters timo no empanyifo pe wo mo pro eye dia enti yai ene sese ye botim no mobile se resource enyew eyeye dia eti sese wo maame abodam wo ye de wo maame no no ntimi fo bi maame enye wo maame eti se de timo no besi akobia no me ne wo ye nya akoma pa ne empa ne timo na chi na sabe ne wo sie kambo ne ye kase ye house na se kotofo so kambo kase mo ye kotokwa minu sentimo no bekoso but say eniama ba akum yeri bi tia obese ne atiada ananse panyi bi bepie ho na se wo mpe no a wo se yemi ahwe no wa chane wa jaitim na ma no se wo ye na se ampo yesu a ekogezi etanentina wono ba be kisru pe no mpe no won support na chi timu ni ti won support enti je ye nyina ye kan se timu ne ye dia eno na ma ye nechi enti se ye be ko bia empenfo e be yo mu bia no me ne wo ye nta wo machi na ye support won sa won pe no ade fa ne personality be to nchen na timu ne ti support na timu no fa ne ti ma papa e fura wani ya sese gamia dom first ne atoto ne ma ne yi no ejai ye supporters ya ya ade akofom ya me Israel na mum ye hu se first no na kotoko ne house ne ye sponsors ye the gateway and then running tomorrow. It is said, Menebo, your copper, near Freewood Way, coming here, near Freewood, near Cochapa, and so that's a white young man. Pray your own penal, Timono Benya, Scar, nobody have told your money. And this, a free say, away, Coron. Empty said you, no Menebo, yen pay you. Yen you. Now, your best referees also say, Timu Bia, as a country, Bia, you do things. I can see you know. And Timu Bia, so you will pay us via your home by your. That's your native thing to a book. That's a went to me more house home by. Won't you more cotton home by? Yes, no means here. Would it make every say the says will be boca mercia near as the whole country of go on. Next house, you know why? Next team keep up and what ya now percent will say Ghana football my until the year sir refuse they say. Yeah, the house of the cousin will be my own. Name me assist the went to be why and no went to be why near Mamma see. Oh, my one day, the sense is on as a moya, no supporters in a bubble. Because for Copacia was me brave, the referee. Yes, results were sharing. Say, no, put a bum, your best friend, your referees. Moon say, Sapato Solana as Soria, Ghana yet dead. It went to be Morgans and why any Mamma is here. What is here? Remember, make us another 10. The yesterday say, your executives, you're not harmful. Or supporters, they are supporters. You're not harmful. You're for it. Tell young men come and shy ideas. That mean, we said, see a shy ideas are a maybe a come. Now, you have a popo who goes to be free as said, will be see a casa. Na ginger supporters no obi fi kotoko no be flame bi dia to na ginger supporters no na edo maba ye nyina ye hia na ye hu se obi was a talent no a ye mu ani pa no mfa nye adwuma because obi no ma ye ko we dia me kai ye nyina ye yawo ye nua kanewu ye be bobo ase no be si akasa no wa tomato yem ama wo ye ri je kopa. The same thing here will be the opportunity. The same thing that it's your best friends who was that talent now. Get chance in Payao. Need develop us. You have a bomb match, a young Kaya Homo. Nay, intimation come radio to radio. Now you're just hardly and I just supporters. No one to remember Japan. Nay, you know, it's more than it's monocoso. Then I was having something. Pacho yesima mo mi mo fan chele. Ye from Emmanuel Boama, National Vice Chairman, Fed Sky Vice Chairman. Madam.
Thank you very much, Chairman Boama. For those of you who are regular travelers to Bambayara, he needs no introduction. It's one of the vociferous voices for the fabulous team. Thank you very much, you and your entourage, for gracing us here. Like you rightly said, we are brothers. I hope this message will go to the referees. Thank you very much. Okay, so we will still do one or two solidarities and then we will continue. We've got the Accra Hearts of Old Players Association here. We will hear from them. The Nete family will also share a few words with us. And Hearts ladies will also speak. Chairman, you should have sat down so that we bring the microphone. Oh, I see. Let's put our hands together for Chairman Evans Ayeke.
Phobia. Egona wa ake leadership chewo ake woba tomoboni ate others mwake aba pese maslo ni mada kema receive ke a management team she. The last executive they also did their best. Anytime they had a program like this, they invited us. And so for the NCC leadership, we thank you. There's a saying that goes like this: in unity lies strength. In unity lies strength. I want to ask Chairman Yusuf and his current team to look at the possibility of uniting Ahupa and our junior brothers. They call themselves Confederation 11. See, if there is no unity, there will always be wrangling. And so, Chairman Yusuf, see to that and bring both of us together. I know management is doing their best, but the best for some of us is not good enough. So, see what you can do to bring us together as a team. For all of us seated here, on behalf of the Ahupa team, we want to thank you very much for finding time out of your very busy schedules to be here today. The chairman, from what he was saying, especially to the Greater Accra chapters, it appears to me that he's not too pleased with our attendance today. When we leave, let us go and do something about it. Not only for these meetings, but for stadium. I had a chance some time past to go to the stadium after an Ahupa meeting. In fact, I was sad. Because when you look at those good old days, when we are coming from Newtown and we reach the bed, the racecourse bed, and you raise your head and you see the crowd. But this time, it's not the same. And so I also want to add my voice on behalf of Ahupa that let us come, especially in our numbers, when we have to play certain teams. So take note of it and do something about it. But there will be a they won't know about oh my boy, modern supporters say, Bobo, that's how stands, that's what cheer. On normal. Yes, we are film near the Bobo. All the radios in the be assured there are glad to focus your supporters for into your best round. Any time we are hard to focus on any radio. O man born the woman, they am na phobia, phobia. Thank you very much. Okay, so we have, when I mention your name, please stand. Ahupa members, all players of Accra to book. Yes. Ali Jara. Thomas Otibram, my vice. Ousuman. Goalkeeper Ousu Mensa. Albert Answadi. Double line. So Agati. And Ashte Ama. And my good self, Evans Yemu Alikwe. Thank you very, very much.
Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together once again for the Accra basketball players who have turned up here today. By virtue of the kind of work I do as a journalist, I interact with Ahupa a lot. And so I have familiarized myself with almost all of them. But there's one thing. Back in the day, when Accra had the then tallest goalkeeper in the league, Ousu Mensah, I watched some of the Hearts matches. Of course, I couldn't go to the stadium, but I watched some of the matches. And I saw him as a giant, because he was tall, big. And when he's in the goalpost, he has a figure. Today, when I came, I saw them, I said, oh, let me go and give them my respect. So Agate checks me on that. He will not allow them to come to me. I will have to go to them. So when I got to Ousu Mensah, all of them were sitting. When I got to Ousu Mensah's stand to shake him, he stood up. Oh, that's what I did. But back in the day, he was a giant. But today, I stood and I felt comfortable. Me and Ousu Mensah. Thank you, sir. Thank you. We appreciate their efforts. So, the young ones, have you seen the gentlemen who make hearts of folk? Yes. They are the pioneers, some of them. And there are others. One day you will get to meet most of them. Thank you very much for your presence. I now humbly invite to the microphone the native family to also share a few words with us. And then we will be wrapping up our small talk with the board and then the management. They will wrap up their speeches, and then we will go on to the next stage of the competition. So the native family, if you are ready, kindly join me. And let's reminisce of some good old days. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Phobia. 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 Dr. Nyahutama. Dr. Nyahutama. Your Highness. Good afternoon. On behalf of the Asafwache Christopher Brantford native family, I'm here to say kudos to the National Chairman of the NCC You've done a mountain work. But you just started. You have a very long way to go. How some folk used to be. Those days, Accra. Now you can even see the performances, the attendance at the stadium is nothing to write home about. But as a Delegates family is saying to you, although you started on a bright note, we are ever ready. Our doors are open to forge ahead with you in support, in whichever way, so that you go back to the glorious days of Accra. We are inching closer. We are inching closer to that state, that status, that makes Accra House of Folk, Accra House of Folk. As a leader, we thank you for your goodwill message. Together, we shall build Ghana football. Without you, we are not there. And you know you are catching up with us. You are following us. Thank you so well. And the supporters here, we say to you that don't let your efforts be in despair. Just hope against hope that things are going to change. You are seeing darker clouds today, but it's a passing cloud. There will be brighter days ahead, where you shall be smiling, and the glorious days will come back to life. And on that note, we say a very big thank you. We thank you very much for attending.
Thank you very much. We'll go on, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time for us to hear from the management of Accra House Sporting Club, because they are responsible for the day-to-day activities of the club. And so, management, it's now time for us to hear from you. Yes. MD, I think since you are here, it will be nice to hear your voice, your sweet voice. Thank you very much.
Phobia. 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 Thank you very much. Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, board member of this great club. Mr. Abisia Jiman, board member of our great club. Alhaji Ibrahim Imoro, former board member, former NCC chairman of this great club. My brother Yusuf Abdullah, chairman of the National Chapters Committee, and your executives ably represented. Our colleagues from Kumasi, how should I say our junior brothers? Welcome and thank you for your message. The president of AHOPA, the ones whose efforts have laid the foundation for what you are enjoying now, and your executives, thank you very much. And the people.
The lady, you didn't acknowledge her. One lady. There for me.
My sister and representative from Ghana, my Igbo operations managers, Madam Phyllis Maku. And now to the ones who make this club great, as has been reiterated throughout the messages that we received. Our dear supporters, thank you very much, especially to our younger ones, the Oak Seed. Thank you very much. On behalf of management, we have a short message for our dear supporters. I'll keep it snappy. We believe that as management, we know only one club, which is Accra Hearts of Oak. I say this on the basis that we would want us, as we start a new era, we've captioned rebuilding with ambition, to start on the front of unity. We believe that if we support only one club, and if I say one club, a club, not individuals, this is what will take Hearts of Oak to its desired destination. I say this also by saying that management deeply acknowledge the expectations of our supporters. This is the matter of all football clubs in Ghana, Hearts of Oak. It gives birth to every club that is existing now. So we appreciate and understand your expectations. We know we want us to win all the time. We know that supporters will want the club to be at the apex whenever football is mentioned. This expectation is highly appreciated. It keeps us on our toes. We have sleepless nights, we have night meetings, and we think outside the box to make sure that the club gets to its desired destination. That we can assure you. Not long ago, the board of the club announced a new technical direction, which we captioned as rebuilding with ambition. We believe that as a club, what has made this club great, if you look at all the generations and eras that made us proud as Hearts of Oak supporters, as followers of this great club, it was an era where we had an ambitious, hungry, dedicated, and committed players who fought for the badge of this club. Every era that has brought results, even in our recent history, about 5 years ago, was a group of committed, dedicated, hungry players and technical team. And it was based on this direction, based on this sentiment, that the board looked out for a new technical direction for this club. And also to support the building, the gradual rebuilding of a great team that can dominate Ghana and dominate the continent. We only ask for one thing from you, is that our supporters, we should stand behind our team. That's all we ask from you today. That we need your support. Without you, the 12th man, all our efforts will be difficult. Our efforts will be in vain if you don't have the 12th man. What makes us great and what will make our team great is to have you behind us. Improve our relationship with our supporters. Like I said, it's very important for us. And what makes every great club great across the globe is the supporters behind them. So as part of effort to improve our relationship with you, we are still in consultation and in discussions with the supporters leadership to make sure that we put together a new supporter engagement plan that will be rolling out shortly. There are some that we mentioned earlier on. I'll repeat again that in our plan, very soon, starting from the Greater Accra chapters, we'll be introducing the Phobia Street League. This is strictly for our supporters within the Greater Accra region. We will be expanding it nationwide, but we'll be starting it in Greater Accra. This will be organized twice a month. Towards every home match, we'll be organizing among ourselves a 5-a-side football game, and after that there will be engagement, there will be communication, there will be Q&As, there will be forums for us to also engage our supporters. The chairman did mention about the Phobia 1911 platform that is being introduced, that has full support and backing of the board and management of Accra Folk. That notwithstanding, very soon you'll be receiving through various platforms a notification to join the new Phobia for Life platform. Now this is a unique platform. It's a historic one in Ghana football. One unique platform that has everything as a supporter needs. Access to training videos, access to our live videos, access to buy tickets, access to purchase jerseys, access to contribute with your views, comments, and opinions on one platform. Very soon, we'll be relaunching this for our supporters. And also, other match day rituals that we want to introduce in our games. We are continuing the discussion with the supporters leadership to bring that shortly. Since February, we'll be receiving a lot of opinions, comments, complaints regarding our engagement and communication to you. Management is putting together efforts to introduce a Phobia podcast once a week to give updates and communicate to our supporters on various platforms on happenings within the club, rather than relying on rumors and unnecessary speculations. As a football business, we cannot talk about this club without talking about our academy. Recently, as part of efforts to revamp the production hub of Accra to Folk, management and board have put together a new youth technical team. We now have a head of youth development and then a scout coordinator who have already started working, putting together a new Auroras and Royal Oaks team that can be nurtured to take over from the senior team in future. I thought this deserves an applause. We cannot be in the business of football without thinking about the future or without thinking about the production hub. This is very dear and this is very important to the board and management. Recently, after a visit to our beautiful football hub at Pobiman, efforts are being put in place to complete other aspects that needs to be complete to make the academy fully operational. We have also started the processes of securing a full license from the Ghana Football Association as a registered football academy. As a club as big as Accra Folk, obviously, I cannot stand here without mentioning our target for the season. Our target for the season, as a club as big as us, is to borrow the motto of my alma mater at the Southern College. We are either the first or we're the first. We will be competing at all fronts in all competitions to target the first or with the first. Mr. Chairman and my brother Yusuf, before I leave, I would not fair to myself without talking about our dear Oak Seed. As we promised you from February, we will support you to expand the Oak Seed. After their launch today, as already promised and discussed, we'll be expanding the Oak Seed to various schools within the Greater Accra region. To end, I would want to share a story that I cannot give up on this club. You can't also give up on this club. As I keep saying, that the chief supporter of this club, our board chairman and majority shareholder, His Royal Highness Toby Afede the 14th, has not given up on this club after years and years of investments. It will be unfair to myself to stand here and say that there is no future in this club. This is a club with the brightest future in this country. If you associate yourself with this club, I want to assure you that storms don't last. Every storm has an expiry, and very soon we are getting closer to the expiry of the storm. We will enter to the next phase of this club to be great once again. So let us not give up. As our motto says, we never say die until the bones are rotten. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. It's now time to hear from the board of Accra Hearts of Oak. And this will be handled by Mr. Kwesi Ajiman, who is a board member. And of course, I am sure at some point in time, we will also hear from Dr. himself. But so far, the information that has been shared clearly gives us enough to chew on in terms of the way forward for Accra Hearts of Oak. I'm sure for many of the fans here, the important thing is that we actually get any wowo. Hello? Okay, we're more factual. We're more factual. Actually, we're more about food. But we definitely would also have to hear from them because it trickles from the board through management. And then it comes down to the lower commission. So thank you very much, sir, for your time. Let's put our hands together for
Thank you very much. Phobia. 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 The bones will never be rotten. Mr. Chairman, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, I hope our friends from Kumasi Asante Kotoko, all protocols duly observed. So I'm standing here on behalf of the board. Since we have Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, he will wrap up the statement from the board. We bring you warm greetings from the board, especially from our executive board chairman, who would have wished to be here, but unfortunately, royal duties have taken him elsewhere. I want to place on record our profound appreciation to all of you, the supporters, for your loyalty and support throughout the times, especially last season. Through the trials, through the triumphs, you were there. And your presence at every stadium that we went, and your voices really encouraged the team. And so you, being the 12th man, have carried us this far. I want to commend the NCC and especially the chairman, Yusuf, for the cordial relationship with management and the board. We are particularly happy with the innovations like the O-Seed and all the things that you are doing. So chairman, as they say, we look forward to, like Oliver Twist asked for more, but more will be done to cement the cordial relationship that we have between management and the board and the supporters board. The season just passed presented both successes and challenges. When I say successes, we didn't win, but I bring our minds back to when this board was inaugurated about 2.5 years ago. We were fighting negation, and it took our last match at Beijing for us to survive. Last year we were 4th, this year we were 3rd. And so in the coming season, we are going to number 1. Another technical direction of our new head coach, Novisa Kapo. The club is pursuing a clear and deliberate footballing philosophy. The youth team has been revitalized, and the recruitment strategy is in place to ensure that we enter the new season very, very competitive and become number 1. The recruitment committee and the technical team have almost finalized all discussions for our key targets. And I believe in the coming week, you will see a lot of outdoorings of players for the coming season. So I will appeal to you as our fans. We are all fans and supporters of this great club. You cannot be a board member unless you are a supporter of the club. So we are in this together, that we need to not just be fans with our voices, but with fans with our pockets as well, and patronize the club, buy the jerseys, come to the stadium, and make sure that we are paying our dues so that we can oil the club. In the last season, the highest net revenue we got from any game was 180,000 cedis when we played Kumasi at Santekoto. 180,000 cedis. For a club that spends an average of 600,000 a month in player salaries and allowances. This has to change. We cannot continue like that. So we want to put that on record and thank our board chair, His Royal Highness Toby Afene, that for his continuous investments in this club. He has held the fort to ensure that our players are paid. If you go to Pobiman, like our brother from Mr. Boama from Kotoko said, if you go to Pobiman, you can see the amount of infrastructure that has been put in place to make sure that the club can be competitive. Like I indicated, the youth teams have been revitalized, and the academy, like the NCC said, is being pursued. We have a head of youth development who has just been employed, and a new scouting coordinator to ensure that players are being scouted at the very basic levels to go through the ranks and then feed into the senior team. So the board remains committed to sound governance, to fiscal discipline, and efforts to ensure that this great club is well sustained for the future. We'll continue to work with management on the rights issue, the long-awaited rights issue. I believe that in the coming few weeks, the management will be making an announcement on that. Also, the board is prioritizing player welfare and I've tasked management to put in place measures at Pokemon to ensure that our players are properly kept and oriented with the House of Folk DNA. House of Folk is a club that pays its players the most in the country currently, and this is on record. So we affirm our call for unity. A house divided cannot stand. So let us all rally together and stand together. We welcome feedback. We welcome your criticisms because we are doing this together. We are all supporters. And so if you see anything, please pass it on. We work with the management, we work with the supporters union to ensure that your voices are heard and the views of our supporters are carried through. So in the second part of the program, when the secretary was giving his report, he indicated that the NCC executives are looking forward to a meeting with the board to share their views. So I will urge you, Chairman, in the second part of the program, where all the views are shared, currently we'll be happy if we can get that report of all the issues that you deem appropriate. Dr. Nyahunya Otamakro is here. I believe he's going to put the icing on the cake, but more importantly, he's going to hear some of these issues at first hand, and we will take it to the board. And so we extend our best wishes to you for this productive and successful annual general meeting, and we say once more, with pride, House of Folk till we die. Phobia! 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 So I'll hand over to Dr. Nyahunya.
Phobia. Phobia. Phobia.
Beautiful people with beautiful talent.
Phobia. I think we would like to ask, with the permission of the chairman, to be seated and then address you. I would like to go a little back to memory lane. And I must say that I'm particularly excited and happy to see these young people here too. It tells us one thing clear, that this club Accra House of Folk has a future. Because the club was established and formed in 1911. 1911. And if it is still in the system today, is as a result of the young people we have sitting down with. I can assure them that the board will definitely listen to them when they let us know what they will do with this club to go on and go on and go on. I would also like to take the opportunity to thank the rest of the various clubs we have here today, particularly Kumasi Asante Kotoko. We have been with them for years, even though we are far, far older than them. I remember some of my past seniors and some of the past Kosovo seniors were very close. I always remember St. Spencer. And then few others whose name I can immediately recollect. They were friends. And what made me happy in particular, quite recently, the newly appointed head of the Kotoko Club paid a courtesy call Kotoko Affair. And to me, it showed clearly that the two clubs have once again joined hands. Because without Kotoko or Hearts, there will be no football in this country. I know what I'm talking about, and I can explain it also to you. These are the giants of football in Ghana. Before I go on further, I would like to mention a few elderly people who have passed on, who have done a lot of work to this particular club. Firstly, the Delegates family. They toiled to make House of Folk what it is today. Especially as a Fortunate and his own son, who happily I came to meet when I was chairman of Accra House of Folk years ago. That is Mr. S.T. Ned. And I'm going to give them a promise today that the customary rights and the traditions we used to go through centuries ago, we shall make sure it's done before the day. You can't mention the names of the natives without mentioning the name of the Bruce Goldman's brothers. The name of the Okratos. As you keep on coming down, names like Mr. H.P. Nyamitei, Tommy Thompson, Nana Yurigo Ampe II, otherwise also known as Mr. G.N. Omako, Mr. Harry Sawyer, lawyer Ajay Osekre, Dr. Eugene Queno, Alhaji Tijani, Alhaji Haas, footballer and administrator, Mr. E.C. Brand, the first ever Ghanaian to captain our national team in history. He was a House of Bull captain as well. And indeed, he was the first Ghanaian ever to use football boots in playing football in Ghana. Then we talk of players. I'm happy, I hope I is here. The present generation, I don't know them, the priority of the names are mentioned. When we talk of players like Adu Odamete, Adu Dako, Isi Ato, goalkeeper Lampton Mills, goalkeeper Dodo Accra, who happens to be a brother of famous Abeka Accra. These are people, whenever you see Black Star Formation, they occupy the majority positions. So it tells you the type of club we are dealing with. House of Oak is a great club. And when the club was established in 1911, that was not the only club around in town. Indeed, football itself started from the central region, Cape Coast. Then it came down to Accra when the capital was removed from Cape Coast to Accra. And in Accra, we had a lot of clubs. Few I can remember. We had a club like Stanfast. You ask yourself, where is Stanfast today? It's finished. Indeed, out of Stanfast came great Olympics. But where is Olympics today? We really wish them good luck so that they qualify to join the Premier League as soon as possible. Because they are our brothers as well. There was a club here in Accra known as Argonauts. Where are they today? Nowhere. There was a club in Accra here, very well organized, but poorly managed, known as Red Lions. The key players, the talented players, came mostly from Nema. Unfortunately, they are no more. Most of them joined Accra House of Hope. And one name I'll never forget is a player we know as Amando Akusi. Now, modern football is managed with money. I would like you to listen to me very carefully. All the things I mentioned before. Formerly, if you happen to be chairman of Accra House of Food, you have to use your own money to run the club. And even by then, the population was bigger than what I see today. House of Food had huge support base. You don't have it now. It's unfortunate. What majority would prefer to do is to criticize the leadership of a club. You don't run a club that way. I have said time and again, You hardly see Kumasi Asante Kotoko attacking their management in public. But as of all, there is it. And when it comes to management, definitely Kotoko cannot have classes. They know it themselves. I know them very well. We are the only club now who have been placed on regular salary. We also have housing, and equally they are fed properly. Football all over the world at the moment is in hands of those who have got the resources to run the club. And if you look into Europe, most of the principal clubs there are in hands of the Arabs, because they have the money to spend on the clubs. Here we believe strongly that the club should be in hands of the people. It's unfortunate this lady is not here today. I haven't seen her so far. Madame Deku. That's right. Because I remember I met the leadership of the supporters, my residents, a couple of years ago. And she was so emphatic that we have the largest numbers of supporters in Ghana. I didn't dispute that, because it's possible. But I said, I don't seem to see the supporters. Do I have seen supporters of House of Hope before? And when you talk of supporters, particularly House of Hope playing a match between either Asante Kotoko or Accra House of Hope, the stadium we have there is fully packed. Fully packed. I remember I was a kid, my son was a kid there. We just sat in the sun. Fully packed. When there's a match now between these two giant clubs, who goes there? Nobody. So I call on the NCC today to make it their duty to bring all our supporters together, not just in West, but we should see them to be supporters who are people we can count on, not only in numbers, but in cash support as well. Now we claim we are more than 2 million. Even if we are 1 million, I'm talking about House of Hope supporters across the nation. If each member contributes just 2 cedis, 2 cedis and a month, imagine what that will give us every month. 2 cedis. 2. But we don't do it. And we complain. It's not always good to complain. Yes, you have the right to complain. In any democratic establishment, you can complain. But when you complain, you must have reasons why you complain, so that the right thing will be done. Just like the gentleman mentioned somewhere here, concerning the representation of the supporters on the board. Yes, it was. And what you might not know was why that representation is no more. The board didn't sack it. No, I can say on authority. Because the last person who was there before we had that nasty situation is my own brother. That's Hesse. There was going to be a demonstration against the leadership of the club. And I called him as a Hesse. When it comes to running the club, you form part of it. So your duty is rather to go and calm the supporters down. I have done it before, and I know what I'm saying. He thought I was joking. But I told him, if you did support the supporter just by saying that you are a leader, you will fail. And lo and behold, he failed. Nobody sacked him. He's around, you can ask him. He himself decided to step aside. And since then, we have been quiet, watching carefully what suggestion the support base will bring again. But I can assure you, if the support base will respect the basic rules and principles of running an establishment, the club will be ready to receive you back. Now, my very good friend Akwesi made mention of infrastructure. Most of you have not been to Bobima. The word is Bobi, not Bobi. Bobima. None of you, most of you are not. And I think those who are handling these young people, these young boys and girls there, you make sure they give them a ride there one of these days. If you want to see a modern academy, go there. What you see there is just a tip of the iceberg. So we are going to come up with other projects that will shock the entire West African countries. At the moment, we have in place an over 50-acre land, which has been fully fenced and gated. We have within the compound 4 pitches. Well planned and well handled pitches. And we have one of the most modern astroturfs you can ever find anywhere in this country. We still have a space. We have a swimming pool. We have a golf course. And we have a place also for tennis and handball. If you have been there before, years ago, when you go there and you recognize it, you can see the place fully developed, not by the assistance from any organization or government, but through the hard work of board management, and particularly the chairman of the board. We are going to have a stadium there. It will be a House of Folk stadium. And we shall top it up with a 4-star hotel. All this money and support from the support base. We hope this time around you'll make sure you have a list of the million people you claim you have. So that at least each member should contribute just 2 cities and then 2 cities. And it can be done. I think I can suggest that to the leadership. There are a lot of ways this can be collected easily. It can be done through the various telephone establishments we have. And the monies will come to them directly. So you can help in putting the club back on its feet. And of course, after that, you have a right to hit your chest and say, I'm a true phobia. But until you are able to do that, call yourself a true phobia. You are nothing than just a critic. Now, look around Accra. Don't go far. Most of you probably might have an idea where we used to have our old head. Formerly Accra House of Folk, when I was chairman of the club, if you are taken to where we used to meet you, those of you who know Tudu in Accra, a 2-room place, that's where we, for years, as I talk to you, Accra Folk has its own national. The headquarters is our former headquarters. We have a new 4-story headquarters that you have to see to believe it. Is there now? You can go have it. No single club anywhere in West Africa can claim that. That notwithstanding, we respect very much the commercial life of football. Because I remember when I was a chairman of Accra House of Folk, our brother club in Europe, particularly in England, was Arsenal. They invited me to a match in Britain. I went. And they took me to their commercial center, and I was shocked when I saw them. Now, this is a commercial center that is supported by the support base. And people come there to purchase the paraphernalia of the club. They just don't come to walk around and move away. They come and buy jerseys and other items just to make sure that the club is financially sound. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to bother you with a long speech. all I will say today is that the survival of Accra House of Folk, as we see it today, depends not only on this young man, but on the support base as well. When we play a match, or you watch a match in England, you see the number of people who come to support a particular club. At times you ask yourself, is this possible? Yes, it is possible. And mind you, every Tommy, Dick and Harry you see there has paid to come in. They don't jump gates. Because they know what the money can do to the club or for the club. Please, once again, it falls on the supporters. Without supporters, you cannot have a football club. No matter what, the peanuts that you come out with is what will help push the club forward. I would like to wish the NCC a very successful meeting today, and with the new leadership, I believe some of the items I have just mentioned will be seen to. Thank you very much.
Another round of applause. All right, Doc, thank you very much. We appreciate everything, every word that you told us as folks. I think we spend a lot of time here. What we do right now is, first let's acknowledge former NCC chairman. They are with us. The first one who acknowledge is very much Accra. He's a former NCC chairman. I like to buy my boat. Then another former NCC chairman, Perima Atuani. You know, it's good because we are talking about unity. And we are talking about bringing everybody together. And these are the men, they've done it before, and we need to learn from them. At this time, what we do is that I will let them give us some short message as they are here. They are former chairman of the NCC, so they know the NCC better than us. So first I'll call on Berima. I like Brahma. I don't know why the Berima thing is coming. I like Brahma. Whoa! Thank you, Alaji.
Phobia. 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 Time is well spent already, so I wouldn't want to talk so much. I mean, when we talk of supporters issue, some of us have really benefited out of this House of Folk supporting. I mean, we all started just as you are today. So trust me, everything that we have to do is nothing more than the word unity. And I want to call, the entire supporters. Let's build that unity among ourselves so that we make sure this club moves further and better than what we are seeing today. In fact, I'll use this particular forum. A lot of people for the past number of years, when you just hear Alaji Aditi Atem, Alaji Didi Atem, I mean, in fact, maybe it was miscommunication. And I want to say it on authority here today, since it's an opportunity given to me. I can't remember the last day we met this way. So I wanted to use this opportunity today to say to the supporters, if really what they heard that deep down my heart, I knew very well I did not insult anybody. The only thing that they heard was certain supporters. But the brain behind the whole issue, if you go to Happy FM, you can get the tape and you know what it is. But whatever be the outcome, if they feel I insulted them, I will use this opportunity to say I'm sorry to every supporter. Nobody had any problem, but as I said, the unity is the most important one. Let's all forge ahead, support the NCC chairman, and make sure we achieve whatever we want. Thank you so much.
Big one, big one, big one. Something that a lot of people want,
we are run out of battery.
A very long time. And I think it's good that it's at the end of the day, it's House of Hope. It's not Alaji. It's not anybody. So Alaji, I appreciate
in a few minutes
what you've done here today.
Online.
And to go down to all the supporters, we'll take it for our hearts. That Alaji has insulted us. Maybe we didn't get the context. Yes. All right, thank you very much. I also call upon former NCC chairman.
And other videos are the big channel.
Former NCC chairman. Very much a two and Henry. Very much a two and Henry. Thank you.